Hey everyone, this is Peter with Carious.net, and this video is going to be showing you the differences between the leaked Captivate Froyo build and the standard Eclair build that is still on all AT&T Captivates at the moment officially. So this is going to go through some of the macro things that are different in the two builds that are kind of exclusive to Samsung, and then in the middle of the video I'll tell you when it's going to switch over to just standard Froyo updates for anyone who doesn't know about them or just wants to see them in action on a Captivate. So I'll let you know about that in about a minute, because the first set of stuff should take only about 2 minutes to go through, and then we'll get on to the more general stuff. So let's jump into it right away. So let's go to our applications and settings to start it off. As you can see, the setting icons are in color. They're going to be a little bit different organization to them. In wireless and networks, we're going to see the addition of the hotspot ability in the new Froyo update. Let me get into that. So through the tethering option, that's going to be for your USB, and then you have your mobile access point is where your wireless hotspot's going to be. You also have the ability to use an active data network. So again, the ability to turn off data networks is a huge improvement for the Captivate, whereas before you could not access that feature. So let's jump back into our wireless settings. Come on. Okay, so again, those are our wireless settings. Now with sound and display, you'll notice that they've been split. In the new Froyo, there's a separate sound and display. The old one just aggregated together. You also notice the new kind of categories that it gives: incoming calls, notifications, feedback, general. So that kind of stuff is kind of general in Froyo, but I just want to show you an example of it in these menus. Next up, we have the fact that location and security has added this extra use sensor aiding, and apparently it enhances positioning to save power using your sensors. Haven't really tested that yet to see what it's like, just because with this unreleased build we don't know what features are going to be included and what aren't upon the official release. But if that is officially released, we'll do another video later kind of showing you the advantages of that. So going back into our settings, now in locale and text, you have the ability to select keyboards on and off with the toggle. So that's kind of a nice improvement, because in this old Captivate you had to switch between keyboards. In this new one you can have a bunch active and then switch between them all the time. Again, another thing to note is the standard Android keyboard is not included in the 2.2 Froyo, where it is included in the Eclair. Next we have, let's just prove that this is running Froyo for you guys real fast. As you can see, firmware version is 2.2 versus 2.1, and on the bottom it says Froyo UCJI6 as opposed to Eclair with its newest update UCJH7. So there's our Froyo stuff. Let's go to the home screen to kind of show off some newer stuff. Next we have live wallpapers. As you can see on the left, I'm using one of the new ones called Sandy Beach. You'll also notice that the widgets are aggregated into just widgets now instead of separated out from Samsung and Android. Going into wallpapers, we'll see that the Froyo update has the addition of Beach and this blue Spectrum one right here. They had an old waveform, and now the Spectrum one is new as well, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Sorry, the buttons on the right are kind of sticky with this one. Let's go back to that one screen. You'll also see for widgets on the left side that you have a new calendar widget. Before, when you went in to your widgets, oh sorry, we have to go into the Samsung widgets. The calendar and clock were included into one, whereas in the new one you'll see that the calendar and there's still the calendar clock, but now there's also a calendar that's separated out. You can see that widget on the left side right there. You can also see the new active applications widget right here. It just shows you if there are any active applications, and it'll also turn red if it's bogged down by a lot of applications. So kind of cool color changing screen, lets you know how many things are running in the background if an application's kind of getting away and hogging all your memory. Next, with our search widgets, as you'll see, the one on the right is the 2.1 again, and the one on the left is the 2.2 with Froyo. So the Google image is now blue. You can click that and it'll go in to ask what kind of categories you want to search. So again, I think that's a Froyo update across the board, but just showing you that kind of right now. Also, you'll notice that the long press home buttons, come on. There you go. Okay, so the new one has Task Manager, has a blue background, the old one is gray. And finally, come on, there we go. We'll do the long press power. And as you see on the new one, again, the icons are in blue, and you also have the addition to turn off data network mode. Again, really convenient if you don't have an unlimited plan with your, or if you didn't get in before the unlimited plans were canceled back in June, so you can now turn that off so that in no way will your phone use that data and rack up your bill. So this ends the kind of Samsung specific section of the update. Now I'm going to go into just general Froyo stuff just to show people who haven't seen it before or kind of again want to see it in action on the Captivate. Check out our article for more info on this and kind of a rundown of each features listed there in bullet form. And again, as always, Curious.net is trying to bring you the most exclusive and breaking Samsung news in regards to Android and Windows Phone 7 handsets. So with that said, let's jump into the general stuff. Under our applications and settings, you're going to see that it has the new the new Froyo tabbed system for managing applications. Again, as you'll see on the left, third party running all on SD card, and on the right, just the regular application old school setup of just showing them in a list with you then having to push menu and filter to show all of them. So let's kind of show also the new way it shows in depth on the apps. It rearranges the uninstall and the force stop to the top, as you can see on the left. It also has the option to move the app to the SD card, again an exclusive feature of Froyo. Moving through that, and so again, now you see that it says move to phone, so you can kind of switch applications back and forth. Again, not all applications allow this, but some do, and it is an advantage of kind of freeing up some extra space on your phone and putting it more on the SD card. It also allows you to transfer apps more easily, so keep that in mind. Let's go back here. Again, sorry about this one on the right, the buttons are a little funky. Alright, next we'll see that, again, minor stuff. Text-to-speech has now changed to voice input and output. We can also see under, let's take this home real fast. Under our task manager, again with Froyo, the Froyo update was supposed to bring all 512 megabytes worth of memory access, so it's supposed to be able to use all 512 megabytes of memory. Unfortunately, as you can see, it is still limited to 304 megabytes. Again, this is an unreleased build, so that might change before the final release, but in terms of this build, it is still only using those 304 megabytes, so keep that in mind. On the Android market, we'll see that it now has the ability to have history and recently searched items. So again, these are our history items. It also has the suggestion. So if we start typing in, for example, let's type in barcode scanner. So it'll have your barcode scanner history on the top and then your suggested searches on the bottom. Also an Android market, which I'll show you right here. It has the ability to let your apps auto-update if you want. So this is Evernote on the left on our Froyo, and then we'll have our Evernote on the right. So again, you can allow automatic updating of things so that you don't have to go in and click manual every time. Some things still do require a manual update, but it is a nice feature also on the Froyo. You can't see it now because all of them are updated, but if there was, like you can see on the right side, 3 apps that were needing updating. You can click an update all button, so you don't have to do those individually. So that is nice, but that will not cover apps that say update manual. So that update all button only covers apps that say update available. Moving on, we have the addition of the Nook and Media Hub apps on this guy. So let's see here. So Nook comes pre-installed, as you can see right there. We also have the addition of the Media Hub, Samsung's new kind of rental video watching service that is going to be similar to a Netflix or a new paid, Hulu subscriptions, or the Apple TV. So you have your TV store, your movie store, and your purchased and or rented items of the past. Again, if you have a Sprint Epic 4G, you'll already have seen this in the update that came last month, but this is new, at least to the Captivate, as the old one was not able to access it. Come on, don't die on me yet. Alright, and finally we have the Flash 10.1 in our browser. Well, actually, not finally, we have one more Gmail option, but let me show you this first. So again, you can, when you click on the old 2.1 Eclair, you have it go straight to a YouTube app if it is a YouTube video. If it's not a YouTube video, it will just not play it at all. Whereas the new ones play in browser, and you'll be able to see right here. This is a video of our Fascinate unboxing. And we have been fortunate. Okay, so again, there's our Flash 10.1 in action. And finally, we have our Gmail differences. And as you can see, as you'll see right up here, come on. Again, it'll show the new Gmail features where it has the reply and forward at the top. But it seems mine is just going to bug out right at the last thing I want to show you guys. Come on. So there again, what's new in Gmail has the new header design to make it easy to reply or to star messages. It has performance boost. So those are the new things in Gmail. For Froyo, also if you haven't read, Gmail is also now updated through the app market so they can release those changes faster to Froyo and Android users. That about wraps it up for our Captivate Froyo versus Eclair example of the unreleased Froyo that was leaked a couple days ago on the XDA forums. If you have any other questions, ask us in the comments or see our main article and send us an email at contact@caris.net. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry it's been a long video, and hopefully that kind of breaks down what you Captivate users will be looking forward to in the upcoming weeks when they release it. Alright, thanks. Bye.